Today on Primetime, dry-aged pork porterhouse.
This is something we never see on the menu at a steakhouse.
Pork is generally undervalued. Like, it deserves to be on a menu at a steakhouse right next to that New York strip or your ribeye. If we're gonna experiment in dry aging pork, what sounds optimal to you?
28 days, you don't get the funk or umami from dry aging, but you get a really crisp, clear picture of the product you just got from the farm.
I think we can take the pork that far, but we've never really done that before. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're talking steakhouse cuts, we're talking name brand recognition. Let's focus on the porterhouse.
Makes sense, let's do it.
All right, so we have our fresh product here. We have a half pig from Gibson Family Farm, 100% Berkshire. So we're gonna walk through the butchering process.
First thing we wanna do is separate the shoulder. So we wanna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're gonna separate the ham right around the hip bone, what is called the H bone, right here to keep that sirloin on and preserve our pork porterhouse. We're just going to make our line going up to where we're going to use the saw. You just kind of line that up. And with the saw, you always want to do the least amount of cutting that you can. So as soon as you hear it hitting flesh, take it out. So now we can cut, and you want to cut away from yourself. I've learned this lesson many times the hard way.
We also separate between the 5th and 6th rib because we want to maximize the size of the entire pork loin here so we can get as many chops as possible. It's the most expensive thing on a pig, so we need to maximize that. How might we do it even better? Maybe dry age it.
I don't know.
Who knows? Where are we going? What are we doing?
Why would we do that? We're doing it now.
We'll see. We have our Boston butt section. We have our picnic section. This episode ain't about that. We're gonna set that aside.
This episode about pork porterhouse.
Okay, so next step is to separate the ham here. We're just gonna do one cut right across the H-bone, keeping the sirloin intact. We're just going to draw our line here just to separate the bit of pork belly.
So our focus is here, so let's get these guys in the cooler.
Great.
So they're chilling out. The last thing we need to do is separate the belly, which is also very valuable because I don't know if you've heard of bacon.
Don't tell them.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
It's an up and coming cut.
I have our pork chop here. And this is obviously belly here, so the idea is to find where the line is gonna go. Go all the way through. So now that we have our belly off, we are gonna put this away before we put it on cure, smoke it, and sell it.
All right, so now that we got our loin ready, let's talk about the right environment that this loin needs to be in to dry age.
Well, you have 3 principles. The first is temperature. So we need this to be in Fahrenheit, between 32 and 40 degrees. Never over 40, never under 32, because then you're freezing. After that, we're gonna need to talk about humidity.
We're gonna shoot for about 75 to 80% humidity so that we're not drying it out too quickly, or if there's too much humidity, too slowly, and it actually doesn't have any water loss. What about airflow?
Airflow. This is to help with the evaporation of the water. By keeping that airflow going, you're helping the process of leaching some of that water out. You're also keeping it a bacteria neutral or a beneficial bacteria environment.
Let's get to aging.
Yeah, you carry it.
God, thanks.
Done carrying things today.
All right, so 4 weeks later, you look great.
Thanks.
I mean, the overall change in color is amazing. Everything has just intensified. The meat has pulled back from the bone a little bit. What was red meat is now like dark mahogany meat. the whole thing looks fantastic.
Yeah. This is what we call a thamnidium, and this is what you see when you have created a very good beneficial bacteria environment. This meat is going to be a lot more tender than where it started. Those protein molecules were like kind of wrapped pretty tight, and at this point they're kind of like breaking down. Those enzymes have been just attacking.
We're gonna cut some chops, but before we cut our dry aged one, we're gonna cut a fresh one. Let's go!
Oh, buddy. Straight down. So the whole idea, and you can see it right there, is just going straight in between the vertebrae.
Because we're cutting this by hand, we're just gonna cut one vertebra exactly, which is gonna be about 1.25 inches, and gonna be perfect, nice steakhouse chop. All right, so we got our fresh pork chop. Now we're gonna cut our dry age.
Wow, okay.
It didn't even move.
It didn't move at all.
Oh, right, the skin is super dry.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You ready?
Reveal.
Look at that.
The fat almost looks cured.
Yeah.
It's lost so much water. Easy. Oh, mama.
That looks good.
That is
Feel that.
Pork chop for a king. Oh my God.
That is gonna be so good.
We ended up losing a full 2 pounds from dry aging. So it went from 27.6 to 25.6 in 4 weeks, which is a little over 7% weight loss.
You can tell looking at this fresh, like this is kind of like drooping and sagging, and this guy is just like stiff as a board.
Yeah. So we're first just going to trim the fat off of the dry age, which, wow, so smooth. I mean, it really cuts like a prosciutto fat.
Wow.
Next up, because we have the exterior that was exposed, we just want to get rid of that little bit. Here we go.
Got a nice chop. Go liberal with the salt.
All right, we'll get set up, we'll let them chill, and cook them about an hour.
Okay.
All right, it's time, man.
Yeah.
What we've been waiting 4 weeks for.
We got a hot pan. We got a couple of hot chops.
So we're gonna put the fat side down first to render out, and then we'll fry it on both sides. So we have it on medium-high heat right now, not like scorching hot, because we want to render the fat. We're gonna take it a little bit more slowly before we crank it up to sear the pork chop. Just a little bit of butter, because there's a ton of fat in the pan already. I mean, we're definitely there.
All right, pull it. We want to know what the dry age tastes like compared to the fresh. So we're gonna use a different pan. So we're starting from scratch again. Again, with the fat side down. I'm curious how much of this is gonna render.
The cooking time is also going to be a lot shorter because we've already lost a lot of water through the dry aging process.
This is going down in the pan.
It's amazing how much it already, like it just looks like beef. 3/4 of the way through, we're gonna start basting now. Garlic.
Put a tree in there? Oh, Papa Bear.
Ben, I know you wanna eat this dry aged pork chop, and so do I, but you can't.
Okay.
Because we're scientists. We gotta see what the control is like first.
Let's take off this tenderloin. Good cook. Good cook.
Looks amazing. Smells fantastic. 4 weeks in the waiting, man.
All right.
Wow, wow, wow.
Well, we've waited 4 weeks, so you're gonna have to wait for us to cheers.
And of course, going fresh first because it is
Why are you
our
eating just
control.
a small little guy?
Go, one step at a time, buddy.
Jesus.
Okay. Simple, clean, porky, lean, all the right things. I mean, that's exactly what a pork tenderloin should taste like.
Yeah.
All right, man, let's do this. Dry aged pork.
Oh my God.
That's insane. That is just like the cleanest, porkiest bite
It just
of
like,
pork.
the fat just like melted. Like
Right.
I bit into it once and then it was just like, okay.
Okay, fine.
Wow. Texture's a little bit softer, not as like epically soft as I thought it might be.
Right.
Which I actually like. I want to know I'm eating meat.
It is really just a more intensified version of our control.
Yeah. The juiciness is still all there.
Right, it's like supremely juicy and supremely tender just because of the dry age. We just gave the pork the time it needed to like reach the apex of what it can be. Can you taste the difference between fresh and dry aged?
Okay. Okay.
What do you got?
Fresh.
Fresh. This guy's a pro. Here you go.
Instant difference. It's so good. All right, Brent, let's imagine a world in which pork was valued as much as beef in the American steakhouse.
I like that world.
You looked at a menu and you saw this is a pork porterhouse, dry aged 4 weeks. How much are you paying for that?
Man, this is same thing as like a New York strip, ribeye, steak cuts. You're getting in the 80s and up.
I would pay like $95, $100 for that.
If you're buying the wine, I'm with you. 4 weeks in the waiting just to get some pork chops. It was worth it. Thank you for watching. Cheers to you.
Leave a comment, let us know what you thought. We'd love to hear from you.